So, good day, everyone, and welcome to our podcast entitled Breaking Barriers Understanding Gender Inequality. So, today we will discuss gender discrimination, how it affects people in society, and what actions we can take to promote equality and respect for all. So, before starting, let me introduce myself first. I am Trish, and with me are my fellow speakers. So, gender inequality is an issue that continues to affect many people around the world, regardless of age, culture, or background. Through this discussion, we hope to raise awareness and encourage everyone to become more open minded and respectful toward others. So, before we begin, let me ask everyone a quick question. Have you ever witnessed someone being treated unfairly because of their gender?
I have.
Yes. Yes.
So we all do, no? Many of us have probably seen situations like that, whether in school, at work, online, or even within our communities. And sometimes these actions may seem small, but they can deeply affect a person's confidence and well-being. So to better understand this issue, let's first define what gender discrimination really means. So how about we ask our person two on her definition or explanation or her own understanding about gender discrimination?
Gender discrimination happens when a person is treated unfairly because of their gender or sex. It can affect women, men, and members of the LGBTQ plus community. Gender inequality refers to unequal opportunities, right, and treatment in different areas of life. This problem can happen in school, workplace, family, and even social media platform. Some people are judged based on outdated beliefs instead of their actual skills, talent, or character. Even today, many people still experience stereotypes and unfair explanation. For example, some people believe that certain jobs are only for men or only for women. These stereotypes can limit people confident and prevent them from pursuing what they truly want in life.
So thank you so much for that wonderful definition about gender inequality or gender discrimination. No, I hope that explanation will help other people or our listeners understand what it really means. So I have another question to our person three. Have you ever encountered or heard about situations where these stereotypes affected someone?
Yes, definitely. One common example is in the workplace, where women may receive lower salaries than men despite doing the same work. On the other hand, men are sometimes judged for showing emotions because society expects them to always be strong. I've also seen situations where students are teased because they don't fit traditional gender expectations. In some communities, girls are discouraged from taking leadership roles or joining activities that are considered for boys. At the same time, boys also experience criticism when they choose interests that are seen as feminine. These situations shows that gender stereotypes can affect anyone and may stop people from expressing themselves freely.
So I totally agree with what you have just said, no, and I hope everyone or even our listeners understood what you're trying to say. So I have a question naman to our person four. Or all of you can answer naman, guys. Since we're in college na, I'd like to ask, if you saw a classmate being mocked because of their gender expression, what would you guys do?
If I witnessed that, I would try to support that person and speak against the bullying. The effects of gender discrimination can be serious. Victims often experience stress, anxiety, low self-esteem, and feelings of isolation. When people are constantly judged or excluded, they may start doubting their own abilities. Gender inequality can also prevent people from reaching their full potential because opportunities are unfairly limited.
That's true, no? I've also encountered or witnessed some situations where uh, people who are trying to express their gender are being mocked, are being called low life or whatever it is. And I think it's really wrong to say that to a certain person, knowing that they just want to express themselves. So another question for our person five, no? Considering these effects, what can we do as students and community members to help reduce gender discrimination?
That's a great question. One of the most important things we can do is promote respect and equal opportunities for everyone. Education um plays a major role because it helps people understand that everyone deserves fair treatment regardless of gender. We should also challenge stereotypes and support people who experience discrimination.
That's very true. No, I also have some examples. Like if we hear sexist jokes or unfair comments about someone, of course, we shouldn't just simply ignore them. We can ask or tell directly to that person what he or she is doing is wrong. No, so respectfully speaking up can make difference. And also, small actions from ordinary people can really create change, no? Treating people with respect, using inclusive language, and standing up against discrimination may seem simple, but these actions can positively influence others. And lastly, gender equality is not about women or men. It is about fairness, respect, and human rights for everyone. So everyone deserves an equal opportunities regardless of their gender. So before we end our discussion, I'd like to ask everyone a final question. So each of you can answer, and yes, dapat lahat talaga kayo makasagot. So the question is, what is one thing you can personally do to promote equality? So let's start with person 2, followed by person 3, person 4, and person 5.
One thing I can do to promote equality is to treat everyone fairly and with respect.
That's nice, no? How about person 3?
Um, to speak up when I see someone being treated unfairly or excluded.
That's a very nice gesture of yours. How about person four?
One thing I can personally do to promote equality is to speak up against unfair or discriminatory remarks or actions when you see them, even in small everyday situations. For example, if someone makes a stereotype based joke or treats another person unfairly because of their gender, you can calmly point out and show a more respectful perspective. This helps create awareness and encourages others to think differently.
Yes, that's very true. How about our person five?
So one effective thing I would do to promote gender equality is to actively call out and challenge casual sexism and gender stereotypes in everyday conversation.
Okay, those may be simple actions, but together they can help create a more inclusive society. So, as we end this discussion on gender discrimination, we are reminded that equality is not just a goal, but a responsibility shared by everyone. So, by challenging stereotypes, respecting differences, and speaking up against unfair treatment, we can help create a society where everyone has the same opportunities to thrive. So, before guys we end, do you have any message to our listeners? You guys can take your time, no? Kasi baka may message kayo na gustong sabihin sa inyong, sa ating listeners. Maybe like, about awareness, about these gender discriminations, or whatever you guys want to say.
Para sa mga listeners, ang masabi ko lang is, if you experience gender discrimination, don't be afraid to speak up kung ano kayo, and um, always choose to be kind to everyone.
Wow, that's very sweet of you, no? How about the others? So I think, guys, that's it for our discussion for today. Thank you so much for listening, and let's continue working towards a more inclusive and equitable future for all. Thank you, guys. See you on our next episode.
Thank you. Bye bye.